All right, y'all. Time to react to the Iron Bowl, man. This was a heck of a game on both sides. Alabama controlled this game early, man. Had a nice 17-0 lead. Credit to Auburn for fighting back, though. Alabama hangs on to win a questionable fourth down call, but as Kellen DeBoer did, he rolled with his quarterback. He hits Isaiah Horton, who had a hat trick today, and they end up getting a 27-20 lead. But Auburn had so many chances this game, which we'll talk about, but credit for Alabama hanging on. And I know they fans ain't going to be too happy because Auburn likes to dominate. Alabama likes to dominate. Alabama likes to win this game pretty handily. But it's a rivalry for a reason. It's one of the best ones in the sport. Outside of Michigan, versus obviously Ohio State. This one is pretty much next up in my humble opinion in terms of best rivalry. You could probably go Army Navy. But what it comes down to is, Ty Simpson didn't have his best game, missed a lot of throws. They were getting pressure. And that's why I say in this game that Auburn can make this very interesting with the defensive front and how well they've played this year. He only had 122 yards passing, right? And it was battering him a lot, Ty Simpson, and it made it tough for him to feel comfortable at all. And the decision of Alabama is kind of like this right now, right? Found a way to win, but the trajectory right now is not the best. And it's tough because they lost Jan Miller, who was the best running back right now. 83 yards in this game, 5.5 yards per carry, but a pretty significant injury. Daniel Hill had to step in for them. But a decent running game, 158 yards on the ground, but got to get more out of your receiving core. And what's crazy is, and it's probably going to be kind of glossed over, they didn't even have Ryan Williams in this game. He was on the bench. So you have to think, is that practice? Is that missing meetings? Is that not doing what you're supposed to do? Because he's supposed to be your guy. They leaned on literally a Miami transfer in Isaiah Horton, who came over this past offseason. That says a lot. And obviously we know Jeremy Bernard and how good he is. But Horton really carried the day for Alabama in the receiving game. And you could have used a deep threat like a Ryan Williams. But that tells me something is going on there. It's something that probably Williams isn't doing. And he's kind of fell off a little bit compared to the receiver that he was as a true freshman. And sometimes that happens. You have all those accolades and you play well. And then stuff falls off. You kind of start feeling yourself a little bit. And you stop taking stuff serious. That could be what's going on. Again, I'm just speculating. We'll see. But definitely something to watch for moving forward. For Auburn, I don't understand it, bro. Like, y'all had this game. Y'all was in it the whole time. Defense kept you in the game. I thought Ashton Daniels did what he was supposed to do. Too many drop passes. They had like 4 or 5 drop passes in this game. Catch the ball. You know what I'm saying? And your quarterback, he was extending plays. He was doing what he could. He ran for 108 yards in this game. But they need more production. They need like a mentally tough coach. It just feels like with all the talent, like there's something missing with Auburn. Seeing this game, just the mental errors they made consistently throughout. At the end of the game, Malcolm Simmons, who had a stellar game, balled out. I just did a reaction clip of his long 60-yard catch. He's a stud. He's a star. He drops the punt and loses 10 seconds. You know what I'm saying? It's just the simple stuff. Then you have Cam Coleman, who didn't have his best game. 5 catches, 43 yards. He's trying, instead of going out of bounds, saving some clock, he's trying to get more yards when, you're trying to win a football game. You know what I'm saying? Go out of bounds. There was nothing else for you to do there. And then it's a big fumble. Then Alabama takes over. It's just the mental errors in the wrong spot for Auburn that didn't make a lot of sense this year. All the talent in the world. We talk about Malcolm Simmons. We talk about Eric Singleton Jr. We talk about several of these guys that can play at a high level. And it just felt like it was a struggle all year offensively. In a game that they had, and it was in against Alabama, just couldn't quite close. They went on like a 15-play drive that ended off and come out on top. So yeah, man, a lot of issues. But if they can hire the next coach, I think Auburn has the talent in order to contend. Maybe a top team in the SEC next year. Y'all gonna look at me crazy as hell, but seeing this game, seeing how they battled against Alabama, seeing how they went back and forth, seeing how they continue to apply pressure and things like that, this team definitely has what it takes in order to come out on top and in order to be a really good football team and a formidable team in the SEC. But it's going to start with Auburn in the offseason. You got to figure that the hell out. And you got to try to keep Malcolm Simmons. I know you had the error today, but if you can keep Malcolm Simmons if you're Auburn, you feel pretty good. But yeah, y'all, that's my reaction to the game, man. Obviously a lot of Bama fans ain't gonna be too happy. Them struggling with a non-bowl eligible team in Auburn, but it's a rivalry game, bro. Stuff like that's gonna happen. Credit the Auburn defensive front, getting pressure all day long, making Ty Simpson feel uncomfortable. Credit Auburn for having that fight, not to go and lay down to their rival down 17-0. Continue to fight the good fight, blitzing, running different packages. You've seen it throughout the game, and that's what made this game really good, man. Enjoy watching it. You know what I'm saying? And it's always gonna be a great rivalry. Two really good teams at the end of the day that'll always be fighting for something towards the end. We'll get into college football playoff talk here later with Alabama, but a lot of things they got to work out if they want to get in. SEC championship game against Alabama rematch. If you Alabama, you don't want to leave any doubt, right? You don't want to leave any doubt. You want to win that game. You just punch your ticket automatically, automatic bid for the SEC conference with 2 losses. That's what you want to do if you're Alabama. But we'll see next week, man. That's my reaction. Auburn got some things to figure out. Quarterback position, a couple other little things. Get the head coach right. You should be fine. Alabama, you got to get more from the receiving core. Figure out this Ryan Williams situation, and be able to hit on bigger plays down the field. That's my honest assessment.